my name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to the YouTube channel today, everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back together again. And also, happy Friday, because I'm actually filming this on a Friday at like 7:40 a.m. And today we're going to be reviewing the third episode of Hawkeye, Echoes. With that said, let's go ahead and get started reviewing this next episode of Hawkeye. So for me, I thought that this was another great addition to the Hawkeye series. Honestly, I feel like that this is like the better version of Falcon Winter Soldier. Where Falcon Winter Soldier was filled with all of this cool spy stuff, and it was a very spy-centric show. This show is not really that. But it feels like the better version because you're dealing with people that have guns and all of this stuff. But it's not really that. It's just normal people that have bows and arrows. And I think that's something cool about it. But first, let's just talk about the first thing that they talk about, and that's the origin story of Echo, as well as, or as her real name is, Maya. And I thought that her character was pretty interesting, as she's actually the second MCU character to be known as deaf, which the first one was Makari, who was in Eternals. And I thought her character was interesting. Her relationship with her dad, the stuff with dragons and stuff, it all worked. Her doing karate and stuff, and then the scene with her uncle touching her face. If you are long comic book fans, or at least Daredevil fans, you don't know, but Echo is actually the adopted daughter of Kingpin. And if you guys watch my TikToks, you know that I've been saying that I think that Hawkeye and Spider-Man No Way Home are going to be the two MCU projects that are connecting the Netflix Marvel characters as well as the MCU and actually mentioning them in the movies and other MCU Disney Plus shows. Next thing you gotta talk about, so I thought Echo's origin story was great. The stuff with Ronan killing her dad, I just feel like was a little bit, I thought was an interesting thing, but we'll get onto that when we get into the bad. But also, I love the interactions between Clint and Kate. As this is kind of the episode where we kind of get to explore him having hard of hearing and him losing his hearing aid. I thought it was pretty cool in the way they did that. Especially how they're kind of like communicating, but like he can't hear her that well. I thought that was awesome. The action in here is really good as we actually get to see awesome Hawkeye. Like, if you guys thought that what he did in What If was awesome, this is even better as he's doing all these amazing moves, and he's using normal arrows. He's not using the arrows that he uses in the Avengers films, so I thought that was awesome. And then we also get to see like different arrows that we never got to see him use. Like we got to see Kate use this Play-Doh arrow. We got to see her use an acid arrow, a plunger arrow, a grappling hook arrow, which we've seen many times in the Avengers movies. So it was just kind of a Hawkeye's fans' dream come true to see all this happen. And also it has that Christmas vibe of it. And also, once again, going back to that relationship thing, it really just has this heartbreaking scene, or at least this very sad scene, where Clint is talking to his son on the phone, and Kate is helping him because he can't hear. She's helping him, trying to know what to say to him because he can't hear. And it's kind of heartbreaking because it's like the son accepts that he can't be home for Christmas, and it's like you kind of feel it for Clint, that he feels bad that he can't be there with his kids, and it's just sad. And I liked how it didn't do any jokes in the middle of it, but at the same time you can also laugh, but you can also like almost cry a little bit. So I thought that was awesome the way they did that scene. And also, I don't know what it is, but I feel like when it comes to deaf characters, sign language is always so interesting because like you kind of feel for it. Like that scene with not the hot guy, Kazi and Echo. I thought that was awesome. The cliffhanger with Jack, I thought was great. And I kind of like how we kind of got to explore that Hawkeye isn't a role model. That he's meant to be a ghost. He's not meant to be seen. He's not meant to be heard. He's just meant to do his job, and that's it. So that's all the stuff I really liked about this episode. Now let's move on to the bad. And much like the first two episodes, I have to say, I still don't feel like that the Tracksuit Mafia, or at least Echo, are an actual threat, because we obviously know that Echo, the reason why she's doing this is because Ronin killed her father, but there's not a real reason. Like, they don't really feel like an actual threat. They're not really doing anything dangerous, and so I feel like that there's something about that just doesn't really work for me. Also, I just feel like that Echo's backstory just feels so weird, because while she does have these awesome skills, and there was some pretty cool fight between Hawkeye and her, I just feel like that the backstory was just used, because it's kind of reminding me of the backstory that they did with Winter Soldier, where we knew Winter Soldier was an assassin, but when we found out that he killed someone very personal of a character, which was Howard Stark, which was Tony Stark's dad, it made the stakes personal. Because we were just introduced to this character and all of this, it was like it just felt overused, and it's like we didn't really get to explore all that because we've been with Tony Stark for so long. It made sense of why he would do such a thing, but with Echo, it just never really made sense to me. So it never really made sense of what she was going through and what she had to do all this. Obviously, she was the leader. She became leader of the Tracksuits Mafia after her dad died, but that's really all the issues. Other than that, this episode was still a great episode. Granted, it is my least favorite episode of the series, but I still thought this was an amazing episode of Hawkeye. So that's my score. So that's my review for Hawkeye episode 3. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comment section. Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? We're right in between. Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section below. With that said, let's get on my scores. Alright, so that's it for my scores, but we're not done here yet. We have one more thing to do before we end this video, and that's to talk about some theories I have for the next 3 episodes and future projects. And so my theories for this episode are basically basic theories that you would have for this sort of show, for this episode, in that I think that we're probably going to get Kingpin in probably like the end credit scene of the last episode of Hawkeye, and I think that we might, and I think that the character that we're going to be getting for episode 4, which we were teased that this week that we're going to be getting a secret character in episode 4 of Hawkeye, I think it's going to be Elena, because we see her in her comic book accurate suit, so it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait to see it. I'm excited for next week. So that's my review for Hawkeye episode 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram is Marvel6 and my TikTok is Mr1Fan. If you guys don't understand those names, head to my about section so you can follow me on all social medias. I'm also on Letterboxd. It's the same name as Instagram. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.